All right. Woo. Look. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. Here I go, coming. I can't ever stop. I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top. I don't need an invitation. I'm about to start a celebration.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to a new episode of Three Cocktails In. We are all present and accounted for. Everyone back in the same country.
Yes.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Buonasera at this time of night.
How sad was it waking up on that first morning and not being in Italy?
Yeah. Yeah. Not so good.
I don't know. Waking up in my own bed in an icy cold bedroom wasn't so bad.
Yes.
It was hot. It was hot.
It
Okay.
was.
Well, so here we are. We're back. Amy and Stacey had a fun adventure. They went to Italy over the 4th of July. So we're just going to this is our first time being able to be back together again. So we're going to chat a little bit about the travels.
Yes.
And hopefully it inspires other people to take the trip.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Take the trip.
Yep. Okay.
Stacey just has the best attitude about these trips in relation to where to stay, where to go, what to do, what to eat. She's like, we've never been there. We don't know any different. How do we know if it's good or bad? We don't have anything to compare it to. So if it looks good, let's just go do it.
Yeah.
Which is a great juxtaposition to my overthinking, overanalyzing, trying to pick just the right thing.
The right thing. Yeah.
So how do you bring those two things together?
Well, I've tried doing the searches and throwing out ideas, and then Amy ends up going and doing her own research and picking things anyway. So I just let it happen, and then she'll get down to something, and I'll say, okay, I'll go book it. And as long as she doesn't like freak out, then that's the thing to book. Sometimes she'll go, oh, but it took 2 trips to figure this out because I didn't do very good with it last year, because she would change her mind and say, oh no, let's not go do that. And I wouldn't push to book something right away. So then we spent another week trying to figure out something and another week. And now it's just, okay, yeah, that looks good. I agree. You agree. Yep. I'll book it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we do. There's a lot of people that, like even watching reels to try to figure out what we wanted to do. A lot of it was centered around like where you should eat, get a reservation here. We do none of that, because how do we know where we're going to be and what we're going to be hungry for, and if we're going to want to eat at 9 or 6 or 2, or you know what I mean? So we don't ever make a reservation for dinner, because we don't know what we're going to be in the mood for. Yeah. And a lot of times not, because we're in bed early. Honestly, after walking all day, we're pooped. So
I would just like to clarify that when Stacey says she does the research and then I go do research, we're both researching the same thing. It's not like I don't want to do what she wants to do.
Yeah.
We talk about what it is we want to do.
Right. That's true. Because we made a plan. Where do we want to fly into? What do we want to see? Where do we want to go after that? It's a matter of detailing where we're staying. That's usually the thing. Or what excursions we want to do. What extra things we want to do. That's the research part. We already know basically what we're going to do. It's just what we're going to book ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So when we talk about where we want to stay, I think now after 2 trips, Stace, I don't know what you think. I like to stay not in the commercial center. I like to stay a little bit, not necessarily farther out, but I like to stay where it's a little bit more local, maybe a little bit more arty, where I don't want to be in city center where it's massive hotels and 2,000 people per square inch. That's not so. So this time we did Airbnbs. In Paris, we did
Hotel.
hotels.
Mhm.
Yep. And I think that we got on that whole air because price wise, it was going to be the
Yeah.
same
About the
maybe
same.
as hotels. And we came across a couple really funky ones. So
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
described
liked
the
where we
first
stayed
one.
this
We
year. We
stayed
both
in
did agree.
Florence. Yeah. 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 The one in Florence is very
So
interesting.
yeah, I took a lot of videos of it. I should post. I'll post them, around where this is when we're dropping. Um, it was located close to the School of Art and Design, I think. So first of all, artists live there. There's not one single inch of that entire place that was a natural paint color, a wall color,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
even the brick kind of flooring was painted. It, I
Yeah.
I had next to my bed probably a 9 foot by 5 foot gold framed mirror. It was enormous. It was just this. It was an art gallery. There was paintings everywhere. I just thought it was really interesting. I mean, when are you going to get to stay in a place like that?
Right.
So
Yes. There
I
was
thought I
art
thought that was kind of cool.
stacked on top of stacked. My entire room was basically in a yellow gold, painted yellow gold, and then a what do I want to say? Kind of jungle theme, somewhat. Um, and then there was a big painting of
Yeah.
a what do you call that? Like what you would have seen in the Colosseum, like a bullfight type scene. It was just
Oh,
very the
yeah.
whole thing was very eclectic. There was very different
Yeah.
styles of art throughout the whole
Yeah.
place as well. So yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you went to the bathroom, what you were looking at
Yeah.
was like this 4 by 4 painting of the Queen and
Yes.
Prince William holding the oldest George,
No.
and then
It was
Charles. No, it
no.
was the four of them.
It was Charles
Yes,
standing
and
behind
William.
as older. Is that what his name is? What was the queen's husband? Is the queen's husband in the water?
No, I didn't think.
Oh yeah.
I thought.
Mhm.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought it was the four generations. I thought it was Charles, William, and. Okay. Well,
I
anyway,
think it
weird
yeah,
thing to have in
anyway,
the
it was
bathroom.
weird. Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
So,
Whatever.
also very weird. Talk about eclectic area. We came home one night, and as we're walking over to the piazza, because there's this big piazza right outside, we start to see this gathering of people. And like there were a lot of people, and there were lights set up, and we're like, is there a concert? It was a
Yeah.
boxing match, a live boxing ring. And and it was the blue guy in blue versus the guy in red and the dude with the bow tie doing the whole thing. So we went up into our room and opened up the bedroom windows and leaned out and
I
watched
could
a
watch it.
boxing match. Who would have figured?
Yeah.
Like they
Weird.
didn't mention this in
No.
the
Strange.
thing, but yeah. So that's
That's some
fun.
funny things. Yeah, it was an
That was fun.
interesting area. Very old area of Florence, I would say. The building very old. They were doing some construction next door. Just very interesting old area. The streets are
Yeah.
tiny and slim, and you can only get one car down most of them, or a Vespa, and they drive a ton of those around. And so, yeah, interesting area for sure.
Yep. So so our first night, Stace, tell them about our adventure the first night. Oh, should we mention it took like almost 14 hours to get there
Yeah.
from here? It was a long ass
It was,
day.
it was a long day because we flew into Amsterdam, Minneapolis to Amsterdam, and then Amsterdam to Venice, and then
No,
took a
to
cab,
Florence.
or to Florence, I'm sorry, into Florence, took a cab, finally got to our place at noon the next day. So yeah, that was a lot. So
Yeah.
so yeah, our first excursion that night was an Airbnb, and I think we talked about this last year when we went to Paris, that Airbnb also has experiences. So if you're going to a big city, any big city, you should look at the Airbnb experiences as well because they're pretty local, I think.
Yes.
It's less of a, you're booking a tour that everybody can see and do. So yeah, our first night, we despite the rain, it rained really hard as we were trying to get to our meeting spot. We took a VW van, an old one, like from, what did he say? What year did he say it was? 64?
64
I
from
think 60.
Brazil.
Yeah, how the heck they got it, I have no idea. With three Italian guys, everybody but Amy and I canceled. So it was just it was just the five of us, and we went around to these wine doors. So Italy, or Florence specifically, has these wine doors based on historical. There was some law at one point where you could only sell wine if it was out of your winery. So, there would be a building where they're, bringing wine in or storing the barrels or whatever. And they would have these little tiny, about this big, doors. And you'd knock on the door and you'd open it and they'd serve you a glass of wine out the door because that's how they could sell it from within what they already owned. So, kind of
Yeah.
funny. So now it's just a fun thing to go do. So yeah, we went around to wine doors of Florence. So but it
Yeah,
was
that
fun.
was fun. But
Yeah,
it was pouring. It was
it was
literally
pouring rain. Yeah.
and the guys were like, "Oh, it's," and we kind of were like, where else? Where is everybody?" And they're like, "It's just you two. Everybody else canceled." And we looked at each other like, we didn't even know that was an option.
I
Didn't
know.
know.
It's like, all right. Which is our kind of thing anyway, because we don't want it to be crowded and be, so
Yeah.
we had a blast on that one. That was fun. So
Yeah, it was really fun. Yep,
Nice.
so that was good. The other couple things that we did in Florence, we went to 2 museums and they were a bust. They were, so it honestly was 99 degrees, 99 to 100 degrees,
it was
very humid. Imagine going to Florida
yeah.
over 4th of July. I think as we were joking, latitudinally,
we were too far south.
we were very far south that we were not aware of. But their idea of air conditioning is to like have it be about 10 degrees cooler than whatever it is outside.
Yeah.
So
And
you
a
go
fan.
inside and it's still 85 degrees. So it was kind of miserable. Those old museums have absolutely no air conditioning, and it was.
Yeah. We
The
got
second
to
one was better, but the first
second
one
was better. If we'd have seen the first one second, it'd have been a little better. Do you have your book? Did you get your book? Didn't you buy a book?
From Venice. I bought a book.
That was from the Peggy
Yeah.
Guggenheim. So
Yeah.
that's a third museum we did in
Yeah.
Venice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't see much, honestly. And we didn't, some statues. I mean, the first one had statue after statue after statue. It was more like that down a giant hall, but there still was some, paintings and that kind of thing. But yeah, it was so hot. So we kind of had it at that point.
We took the train and went to Cinque Terre, and again, I did apologize to Stacey. I was so exhausted by the heat.
It was hot.
it was like state fair. That many people in a walking path that was maybe 40 feet wide. And the thing I was most bummed about, because there were really beautiful bays and very pretty and gorgeous water. Um, but and we went to what, four of the different towns, three or four of the different
I
towns.
think three. Yeah.
They
3
all
out of
had they all had 24 of the same tchotchke shops
5. Mhm.
that were just selling crap.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I did not think that's what we were going to see.
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of time that day riding on the tram and the train, going back and forth.
Back and forth.
Not so much outside.
Because it was 3 separate train rides there and then 3 back, and we missed the one, so we just hopped on one and came home on the wrong train. It wasn't the wrong train; it went to the right destination. We just missed the one that we paid for. So it's interesting. I think the same thing in France. Like, you have to have a ticket. Nobody's checking your ticket as you get on, but there's a possibility they can come through and then look at your ticket, and you have to have the right ticket. Thank goodness.
And we didn't.
And we did not. We got back with no fine, and
Yeah. It wasn't even close. It wasn't like the scene. We went from the speed train to a regional line and just got on it, and we're like,
got on so we could get back.
Let's see if
Yeah.
it's gonna work.
So,
We broke the
And
law
it
in
wasn't-
Florence.
Yeah, we did. We didn't go to jail, and it wasn't our fault because our train coming in got hung up. Not, you know what I mean. It got slowed down for some reason, and we sat for a long time and then missed our connecting train. So yeah, we've learned, I think, now between Paris and Italy that how to deal with the metro and the train system. It's interesting.
Yep. The
But
key
we
is
figure it out.
always know the end,
And
the
yeah.
end, that you're going in the right direction. Doesn't matter what stop you're on, but just
Yeah.
make sure that the last stop on that line
right.
is the direction you want to go.
Right. And you go that direction and then get off at your stop. And again, I'm sure people that live in New York know this stupid fact, or a big city, you know, or if they're riding the bus. I think people maybe know that. We just don't, because we just never do it. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you, Kitty, you took trains when you were in Italy, right?
Yep.
Was that your primary mode of transportation?
Yep. It was our only mode.
Yeah. I really like riding the train. I really enjoy it.
It's an incredibly efficient system, and it really is easy to get anywhere. And it's so different there than it is here. Like here, it's many, many hours to get somewhere where you're truly seeing something different, and it's not there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's super comfortable. You can read a book. You can take a little nap.
Take a nap. Yeah.
See a whole bunch of the
Countryside.
Yeah.
everybody's doing their own thing.
And you do not have to speak the language to do it.
No. Yeah,
Not to get on.
Yeah, if that's someone's hang up about going anywhere in Europe, we should do better, honestly. But it seems like almost everybody in Europe speaks whatever language they speak, plus English and maybe another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we rarely found people that we couldn't communicate with. You know? Rarely. So
I found, so thinking about our trip in its entirety, the component that was most stressful for me was, even though the trains were easy, it was getting the train to the next place. And then I preferred the Airbnbs that we picked around the train station, wherever we were going. So that way we could pull in, and within a very short distance, we could walk to our Airbnb. And so, but one of the things that I would do differently, I would do hotels. I wouldn't do so I would go straight to the country, and I would do little hotels. Did you guys go
Why
to, did
would
you go to Rome?
Yeah, why over? What did you do?
Um, so I mean, I felt like, so we went to Rome, we went to Florence, and I felt like I don't really feel like I need to do that again. Have the city experience of it. We're not museums and stuff like that. That is not
Sure.
what we do. So now that I feel like we've done that, the next time we'd fly into, I don't know, either one, Rome or Florence, and we would go straight to the country,
Mhm.
to the smaller, well, and Venice isn't really. I loved Venice. Venice
I did
was
too.
number one for me.
Yeah.
I would go to Venice and I would stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
To just have that because I did feel that there was a barrier with language. I didn't feel that people were all that friendly. So like when we did meet
Oh,
with language, I did not find people to be
Oh,
overly
really?
accommodating at all.
Hmm.
And I think Bill would say the same thing.
Ah, yeah. I don't
yeah.
think we had that issue. You
No.
know what you're saying is true because again, we liked our Cinque Terre day. Our other, excursion away from Florence was our day that we took a van tour to 3 wineries, and that was a lot of fun. Again,
Mhm.
there was only 6 of us, that went. It wasn't crowded. We had all the time to talk to the people that were giving us the wine presentation and whatever, so that was nice, and we saw a lot of pretty countryside and, you know, different
Yeah.
things out of the city as well. So that you're right, that was certainly a highlight instead of walking around in
Yeah. In the
Florence, for
city.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
We also had the horrendous weather. I think it was 100, horrendous heat. I think it was 100 degrees when we were in Rome and we were doing our walking tour of the city.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. See,
And
that's
then
why we were thankful because the same night we saw or that we went on the wine door tour, we saw people walking to do it. And it's like, oh my gosh, that'd have been so bad to try to walk it all
Mhm.
through that. So we were happy we took a
yeah.
fun little van. So
So when we got to Venice, we actually stayed on the island of Murano,
yes.
which was recommended to me by a mutual friend of ours. Said, that it's adorable, cute little buildings and pretty colors and slower pace. And I loved it. I thought that was fantastic. It was
I
so
did too.
easy to get over to to get to Venice proper. But we went to the same little corner spot when we got there and had a sandwich and a drink and pretty much at least once a day stop there for something and talk to them, and so that was really really fun.
Right.
I learned something new. I was all excited about Murano glass, Murano glass, Murano glass, Murano glass, and I thought it was a specific Murano brand name glass factory. What I learned was there's so many different glass blowers there. All the glass in that region is called Murano glass.
Yeah.
So we went and saw a glass blowing demonstration. That was really cool. It probably only lasted like 20 minutes, which was perfect.
Perfect. We wouldn't have needed more. Yeah.
Nope, we didn't need any more. We had fun shopping for that. I bought some stuff that is getting mailed. I decided, yep, ship it to me. I'm not worrying about carrying that around.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
I can show off mine. So Amy bought some bigger things to have shipped. I bought little tiny things. So I got a little Murano glass atomizer.
Isn't that
and a
cute?
little- I
It's
know. And a
adorable.
little shot glass.
Oh, so pretty.
Yeah. I know. And then my necklace is from Murano. I don't know if it'll show up very much, but
Oh,
just
I
a
didn't
lot of little cuts of different colored glass all melted together. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was
Pretty.
my exciting purchases on Murano. Yeah.
These
Yeah,
are the
Amy's
bracelets that we
got a
got
vase. It's pretty. What do you have?
in
Is that what
Venice.
you bought in Venice?
Oh, we were
Yeah.
looking at those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cute.
Yes, very cute.
I'm
It's weird.
excited to get my vase. I got a vase, probably about a 9-inch vase that's was so like in the beads in those and in Stacey's they have the real small little beads that were cut. The shop worked with a professional glass blower and they use bigger pieces that they cut. So in the glass, you're getting almost like not as big as a kiwi, but you're getting like if you were to cut a big green grape in half, that's how big the beads of it were. So I don't know. We looked at so many shops, so many shops, so many shops, so many shops. And I saw this something in the window. I'm like, ooh, let's go in here. And then as everybody now knows, I overthink it. I stand there and overthink it for way
You
too
changed her
long.
mind. Yes, you changed your mind 50 times, I think.
Yep. And then I finally said,
I think I shopped 4 or 5 other stores in the time it took her to figure out what
but then I went back to what drew me in to begin with. I'm like, nope, I'm going to get the one
Yeah.
that I saw that I liked so much that made me come in. So,
right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if I had it to do over again, I think I would want to stay in Venice or Murano longer and less in Florence. And then we were kind of flipped. We had just a couple of days. We had one day in Florence and what would we call it? A day and a half in Murano, I would guess. By the time we had to get up and leave. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, Murano, that area was a lot nicer. The place, the Airbnb we stayed in Murano was, I don't
Very
know
modern.
very modern, newly updated. So it was a total difference from where we stayed in Florence. It was very nice and new.
Now, the one thing that the cruddy old place, not cruddy, but the kind of decrepit old place
Yeah, it was old.
had over the brand new one was the shower size. So in the showers in Murano, so we each had our own bedroom and our own bathroom. It was one of those 3/4 semicircle ones, the plastic one that's like a bank tube.
I don't think 3/4. I think 1/4. I think it was 1/4. I mean,
Yes,
90
right.
angles to the back.
Yeah.
So 1/4 of a semi. I mean, you pulled the shower door apart, and it got to about this far, and you shimmied sideways.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. You couldn't, even you could, Kitty. I don't think you could have walked straight in it.
Oh.
That's the first thing. So then, and it's so skinny that I was continually, if I'd turn around, I would back into the faucet and turn it off. So I'd have to turn it around, turn it back on. I mean, continually. It was that tight. Yes.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
And I actually dropped the bar of soap I was using once, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to turn this off, open the door to get the soap because I can't. There's not enough space. So that was kind of funny. So one of my besides sleeping in an air-conditioned hard bedroom, I was super excited to take a shower and wash my hair. I felt like I had so much, stuff in the hair. It was like, oh,
yeah.
So that was fun. But
but it was fun. It was nice. Yeah. We bought a ton of stuff. Well, I did. Spent a lot of money. But you only go once, right?
That's what vacations are for.
I'll do a little show and tell. So, last time when I went to Paris, I bought this, I don't know if you can see it, this Dior ring. Okay. And this time I bought from the artisan who was making it. It's an 18 karat gold all the way through, that he used like a chisel thing. Where am I at here?
A diamond chisel.
A
Select
diamond chisel
diamond
and
chisel.
make all these little recessed things. So it looks like there's diamonds and sparkles in it, but it's actually just
Etchings.
dents in it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the
It's very
funniest
pretty.
thing. So before I bought that, I bought this silver ring. This multi, before I flip you off, this multi, there are 4 rings here.
Okay.
And we were so freaking hot and sweaty that day that I had to keep trying different ones on. And this one fit perfect. And now look at it. It falls right off. And it falls off all my fingers. And the guy's like, well, just put it on your other hand because your right hand will be bigger. Yep.
Yeah.
The thing will come right off. And because it's 4 bands, I don't know that there's any way that I'm going to be able to make it smaller. So
Yeah.
this might just have to be my July, August ring.
Yeah.
And I don't get to wear it any other time of the year. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that was kind of fun.
Mm.
The one museum we went to that I loved was there was a Peggy Guggenheim collection in Venice, and so evidently Peggy Guggenheim lived in Venice in this gorgeous, very mid-century modern, very Venice kind of low to the ground glass house that was pretty fabulous. And she was a huge art collector, and she had all these different artists come live and stay with her. So we got to see original Pablo Picasso's and Jackson Pollock's and a whole bunch of different art. It wasn't very big, which was perfect. It was in a really nice house with air conditioning, also perfect. I really liked that. Did you
I did
see?
too.
You
Yeah.
got a book
Yeah.
in there too. So
We got a book on one of the artists. She was,
yeah,
what do you call it? Had
she was a patron of.
a large, and she had there was a large collection of her
Yeah.
work.
So I think a lot of these people came and lived with her for various times, and so that was pretty cool. So I loved, that was probably an hour and a half. It's not like it took us a long time to get through. I always like to pick up art books. I think they're fun, good memories.
Fun.
I just like the stories as much as I like, especially when they're stories about how this artist stayed with her.
Right. So
And
the
how they were
artist,
friends.
I didn't know her name. Her last name was De Silva, I believe, but she was the wife of Cezanne. So if anybody is much of an artist, that was the deal. So look what showed up today.
You got the wine.
I did. It just came today. Yes.
Numb.
Yes. And I can't remember. Was Amy got 1, I got 2, and I got my husband 3 bottles. So we got 6. Which was yours, the cab or the other red?
No, we got the cab for Barney. Mine's the other one.
So
Because there
yours is
should
the
be
other one.
3 cabs.
There's 2. I got 2 of each.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, notice so this was the second winery we went to, is where I ended up buying wine from. And the wine labels, the son of the owners had just graduated from
The
where'd he
Rhode
go?
Island.
Rhode
School of
Island.
Hmm.
Yeah. And he's the artist that draws pictures on the label. It was a cool story. This Lapia, gosh, how do we explain her? Early descendant of that exact spot in Italy,
In the Chianti region.
in
Yep.
the Chianti region. Yeah. Yep.
So they're hopefully going to be writing a book because it's a really good story.
It is a good
Um,
story.
The very quick version is it's an American man who met an Italian woman when they both worked for General Electric. They fell in love and they've been married and living there for 17 years. They buy this dilapidated, rundown farmhouse across the street from the villa. So it's the secondary house. Turns out that house was used by the German headquarters during World War II. And then as they start to bring it back, they discover that there was like this massive park.
Park.
It was built. And the whole time he's talking about it, also we're standing outside where it's unbelievably hot. And telling us all about this. And we're looking around and I'm so into the story, but all I keep thinking is ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah.
Ka-ching. I mean,
know.
oh my
Yes.
God, everything
Yeah.
they did. But she cooked us lunch. So the six of us had just this, that might have been my favorite meal of the whole
Yeah.
trip.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was several courses and charcuterie and a couple of different salad, I'd call them, type things. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
Really good. Really
Yeah.
fresh and good
Yeah.
food.
Homemade bread and
Yeah.
very good.
Had no
So
idea
that was
that so many,
a fun winery. Go ahead.
had no idea that so many wineries also produced olive oil.
Yeah.
They all have olive trees.
Yeah.
So I brought home olive and gin because that place made their own gin from all the
Gin.
juniper that was around there. So I'm kind of excited to crack one of those open.
Yeah.
Who knew you could go to Venice and Florence and drink gin, which is what I did.
Yeah.
Right.
It was kind of too hot for wine.
It was. Yeah, we drank more drinks. Yeah, not a fan of the Negroni. I had to do it because that's what we do. Oh my gosh, it's awful.
No, I
I
know.
mean, I also thought the Aperol Spritz last year in Paris was terrible, and so is the Negroni. Blech.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
it was hard to find something to.
Well, I knew both of those. I wasn't going to like those. So I just went right for a gin and tonic.
Yeah, gin and tonic. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Some drinks
We
are
had to try it.
universal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Oh, funny. What else? We both got the same purse. So this is one of our Italian handbags. Mine's blue and Amy's is white. Yep, they're kind of cool, and they have a cool little leather
bag in a bag.
bag, and it's all leather. The inside, is the inside of the leather. So that was fun.
Pretty.
I did, and we bought this in. No, but in Venice. We bought it in Venice.
Venice.
This I bought in
yeah.
Florence. Yeah, this is my other bag, my leather bag. So yeah, same
Stacey
thing.
bought a color other than red.
Beautiful.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
of course
It
I was
so
drawn
pretty.
to the red, which I have 100 of, and the black, which I have 100 of. So this is more like a cordovan. I'm gonna call
Yeah.
it.
Really classic. Really pretty.
Yep. So anyway, that was some. What else did we get? What else did you get?
I got a leather keeper for work, which I'm
Oh,
super
that's
excited
right.
about that I'll
Those
get
were
to have
cool.
forever. And just handmade leather thing, and bought some other stuff to give my darlings, which I haven't given them yet, so I can't talk
We
about.
can talk about it.
Can't talk about that.
No, we can't.
Can't talk about it. But
Nope.
didn't really bring tons of stuff, but meaningful things.
Yeah.
And meaningful things that I will use. That's my
Yeah.
other kicker is I want to be able to use everything that I did bring back with me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like it was an amazing adventure.
Yes.
yeah.
It was. It sure was.
And we did it in a carry-on. We both took carry-ons. I
Yeah.
think I can even cut my carry-on down.
I was going to say, is there anything you didn't wear? I had 2 shirts and swimsuit because we didn't end up doing any kind of
Yep.
water sports. So I had my swimsuit and 2 shirts that I didn't wear.
I had 2 dresses that I didn't wear. 1 dress I wore once, so I could have left all those home. Because when you stay, the Airbnb versus the hotel, the Airbnb
we
had
did a
washing
lot of
machine
laundry.
in it.
Mhm.
But even if it wouldn't have, there were so many places where you could drop your laundry off.
Mhm.
Not even the hotel sort of thing. So I really think that for 9 days, you could get away with about 4 days worth of clothes and repeat it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, our 9 days, one was plain, so that wasn't in our suitcase. One was coming home. You could have
Reward. I wore
then
it.
we could have wore whatever we
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yep. So.
Yep, it can be done. You can do it with just a little roll on.
Yep. And pay for better flight, better seats.
Yeah.
That's my other piece of advice.
Yeah. In a 9-hour flight, you're not going to want to sit coach for sure.
Yeah. And we just did comfort, so it's not like we did
we're
business
just one
or
thing
first class or
yeah.
give yourself give your tushy a little bit more cushion and a
Cushion
little
and
bit
room.
Yeah. So,
Was it an overnight flight? Did you fly during the night? Yeah.
yeah.
And that
So
is the nice thing, that when you land in the morning, it's the morning.
Yeah. That is a far harder flight for me to deal with jet lag wise. Coming
Then
home
back. Yeah.
I was up for 24 hours, I think, and went to
we were
work the next day.
Yeah, we were up for 24 hours. It probably would have mattered if the time we got home would have been different, but literally I got home in time to go to bed and slept really well and got up and was fine. The going where you're losing
8 hours.
Yeah, you lose time and then you have a whole day. So you're flying for 10 hours and then you're in the daytime for the rest. That was harder than coming back. Yeah.
So if anybody wants to reach out with questions about how to complete do-it-yourselfers, novices, we are not world travelers. We are just normal people like everybody else who one day wake up and say, you know what, let's go to Italy.
Yeah.
We are more than happy to talk about it. And we're trying to figure out,
where we're going next.
Stacey's going to leave me behind next summer. But
next summer we and I say we have to go to Alaska. So we're not doing a European trip next summer anyway.
She's going to Alaska.
Yeah, I'm going to Alaska.
My planning is still up for grabs, but I will not be going to the equator in July. I might be heading a little bit north.
Yeah.
Maybe hitting Scandinavia or something like that, where it's cold the rest of the year. So yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome. Well, good. Thank you guys for sharing. And we will be back again next week with another addicting conversation. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and following along. We appreciate you. Ciao.
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 Cheers. Bye-bye.
All right. Woo. Look. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. Here I go, coming. I can't ever stop. I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top. I don't need an invitation. I'm about to start a celebration. Let me in. Brought a good time plus some friends. Turn it up loud past 10. Turning up the crowd.